All right, y'all, it's time to turn your notifications back on. It's ULG De La Ray,
ULGK,
and ULGJ. And welcome back to the group chat.
Something about introducing myself feels very like radio-esque. I feel like it's like, welcome to 103.3. Tune in with your city's finest. That's
right.
I'm so dead. What's up, y'all? Updates for this week. I went to a dispensary event. That was really cool. They had this event at a photography studio. They came out with a new strain. So I went with my little sister and one of my friends, and they had the theme. It was themed the fuck out. I was a little confused when I got the invitation because it was called Garlic Galaxy. So it was kind of like pizza ingredients, garlic mixed with spaceships. So it was like a garlic knot station, and you could get a garlic knot, and then all the little sauces and stuff you could put on it was infused, or you can just get a regular slice of pizza. They had a button making station, a slime making station, which I was like, why are we as adults making slime?
It's stress relief.
That's what it's for? Okay. But yeah, they had a section for hitting a dab, and they was handing out pre-rolls to everybody. So it was a really good time.
See, I was like dab like the dance, or dab like a snort. Like, I'm like, what's a dab?
It's like it's wax instead of flour. It's wax. So they heat the wax up and you smoke it through like a bong. It looks like a bong, but it hits real hard. Mm-mm. It's like vape. They have those dab pens where people vape it, but like you actually put it into this thing where you like heat it up and it comes through, bitch. I got a video of my first time hitting the dab straight to the chest. So I did that. I've been helping out some people with their shoots, like doing behind the scenes. So that's been fun. I just had to get 2 new tires. Jesus, y'all, these cars. And it's like, it happened every time around the same time. I'm like, all right, bro, I need you to chill for a couple more months before you do something else.
Yeah,
bro, I went online to order the tire, and I didn't know there was a difference between a tire and a wheel. I was like, it's not the same thing.
Bro.
So
I don't know either. So what is the damn difference?
That's why I need a man.
Listen, I just bought a set of hubcaps off Temu, and they look great. Okay. What I normally pay for one, I bought a set of 4, and they look fantastic. I was like, I know Temu got hubcaps. I'm gonna see what it do.
Right.
I didn't have no tools. I put on boots and I was kicking it in place. I'm Bob Brother Builder right now. Like, relax. I got it.
I'm handy Mirandy, so I feel you.
Well, my mom has told everyone that my ear doesn't work at choir practice tonight, which isn't true. So I'll get that out the way. So that's an update that pissed me off. But we did not record last week because ULGK was at VBS. So all the letters, you know what I mean? On Monday, it already felt so weird because I was like, oh, I don't get to see them tonight. We decorated the fuck out of our classroom and it was gorgeous. We put in 7 hours of work for our classroom and it was stunning. Everybody was talking about it and I was like, yeah, thank you so much. We did this for the compliments, but of course the kids enjoyed it a lot as well. But it was a lot of fun. The first day I was kind of nervous because our schedule changed and I was like, oh, I don't know how to improvise. So the next day I was like, I'm gonna be more prepared. Kind of like Google searched and chat GPT'd some games, like just some like on the spot things that I could do to just keep them engaged and keep them active. And after I did that, I think I found my nerve and I got like confident. We just had so much fun. Like we stayed busy. The adults got on my nerves. That's normally how it is when you're dealing with a bunch of church people. And I'm trying to think, do I have any other updates? No, y'all, I'm inside. Like I have been outside since we went to Arizona and I'm like, I am Enith Dorith. Like I'm just other than my Temu hubcaps, I'm good.
That is too funny.
You putting them on with them boots is fucking killing me.
I kicked the shit out of them tires. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, they got to get on here some kind of way. And I was like, I didn't measure them. I literally saw a set of 4 and I bought it. Like, I didn't even know if they were the right size until I pulled them out the box. And I was like, oh shit, are these the right size? And then it went and of course they were snug because they got to snap on. But I was like, are these a little too small? Because like, y'all, they were not fitting. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to kick it.
You said, I'm going to make them fit.
I'm going to make it. Like Smokey's mama on Friday, make it enough. Yeah, make it fit.
That's what's up. Speaking of being outside.
See that paparazzi picture?
Listen, hold on. Can we talk about it for a second?
Yeah.
Somebody else might need to model too. I'm just saying. I said, hold
Okay.
on, all this. Look at all this Godiva chocolate blessing my feed.
Stomach out, leg out, feet out, arms out, honey.
Moisturized and thriving and blessed.
Just wish I was serving face a little bit more in that photo. Like, I love a
You
candid
are.
photo.
It
Not
was
really.
good.
I was looking over like,
Candid.
It was, yes, it very much gave
Giving
candid,
bad
it
bitch.
gave natural, it was perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
It gave, you know, when Real Housewives walk into where they go and they do the slow-mo in the beginning?
Yeah.
That's what it gave.
Yeah.
Like, I just hopped out my black truck, bitch. Where my bitches at?
But also, like, her little voiceover, it's like, don't let the face fool you. I'm a savage for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, how they do, like,
oh, yeah.
they always come up with a little line. Yeah, that's what it gave.
Like, the party didn't start till I got in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's something that I love about, like, going to events here in Austin, like the black events. Well, I haven't been to a white event, so, like, duh.
Praise
The black
God.
events, the photographers that they hire, they will always share the pictures that they take, and you can just download them for free, which is probably a part of, like, the upfront charge, but I love that because obviously they take really good photos. So last time we spoke, I was in Chicago going to the Sky game. Dwayne and Gabrielle were there. I was like, okay, that's cool or whatever. At the tail end of that trip, so I have been traveling all wrong. Usually on my travel day home, I would like take the first flight out somewhere. This time I was like, what am I rushing home for? So I did like a 3:00 flight. So I slept in, went to the gym. Checkout wasn't until 12. Went downstairs to the hotel restaurant and ate breakfast before I left. Cause also we get a free travel meal anyway. So like, what am I doing? Silly. So I sat down and ate breakfast. I was literally sitting there and I was like, I'm going to edit this pod while I'm sitting here eating my breakfast. Of course, this man decides to sit next to me, a black man, and talk. And I said, well, maybe he's just like being polite. Hey, how's it going? I was like, good. How are you? Great. Going back to my laptop. Clickety clack, clack, click. And then he keeps talking. And I was like, well, fuck. I guess I'll just put my laptop away as if I didn't have shit that I was going to do. Yeah, he was a cool dude. He talked to me my entire breakfast. He was also an older guy. And I was like, I don't know what it is with me attracting older men because it's a thing.
And I'm trying to get one and I can't. Shit.
But also now I almost looked at him because I asked him a question and I was like, so is your family still in your hometown? And he's like, oh, I don't have a family. I was like, oh, like, well, what happened? Like, your parents passed away? Like, you don't have any siblings? He was like, oh, when most people say family, like, I thought you meant like a wife and kids. Like, I don't have that type of family. Nigga, relax. I'm not trying to like you.
Listen, no, that must be a generational thing because I said that to like my aunt when we were in New York. Sorry, my aunt Jan. Y'all know I got a million aunts.
Yeah.
And I was like, like I want to move again because I don't have a family of my own. And da. She was like, you have a family? I was like, I'm not talking about you. She was like, Kayla, you have a family? I was like, Auntie, I love you. That's not what I meant.
I didn't say I don't have relatives, honey.
Thank you. Thank you. I got 11 of y'all. I know I have a family.
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So I felt like that was like very like red flaggish that he just jumped to like trying to confirm that he doesn't have a wife and kids. I don't care. Like, we're having a breakfast date because you sat down and decided to talk to me, not because we planned this. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen, hear me out. Okay.
Yeah.
If y'all are okay, I'm just look at it this way.
Okay.
Because I get the red flag of it. But I'm looking at y'all know everything is like a sociology experiment in my brain. So like, I'm thinking about the fact that he sees somebody who looks very well put together, independent. She's working on something. She's busy. So clearly that's sending the signal that she has things going on. She has a life. She has a career, whatever. But also, we're in a hotel. Hotels are extremely temporary circumstances. And so for men who see what they like or see what they want, in their mind, it's probably a very small window of trying to make a connection because, all he can do is put himself out there to test whether or not you're interested. So, if you were looking for something or like wanted to make the connection, then, I'm a connection. We've been watching Love Island. Yeah, I'm just saying like maybe that was... Right. Like that was his way, I feel like, of trying to create a scenario of putting the ball in your court, of just saying like, hey, yeah, I don't come with the baggage that like people my age typically do. And I'm not saying it's baggage, but just like what people typically have. So
yeah,
I think that was just his way of trying to do that in a very short amount of time. Because like I said, he probably like, oh, it's a hotel. Like she's probably going to be gone, what you were about to be. So, in those circumstances, it causes people to do like things like that, just to put out those feelers. So it may not be as red flaggish. It may just be like, this is a small window of opportunity. Let me just try to see what's up real quick. And if she don't bite, cool.
That was a very mature way to look at that. Thank you.
This is why we have this podcast, because I was straight finna say, hey, bitch, this why you need to be mean to men. Tell that nigga get the fuck up out your face and go on about his day. And then he goes on this prophetic speech. Yeah.
Screaming. But like some of the best connections that I feel like I've made, they've been in passing, and I could like tell that like the person wanted more. Like one time I was sitting at a gate about to board my flight, and was I in a relationship? No, I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I was flying out of Nashville, and my ex does security, and he told me he was a security guard. Other than that, like he pretty much hit every box. He was cute, he articulate, well spoken. But when he told me he did that, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna do this again. Wait, and I always like use the bathroom once they start boarding to like do one last bathroom trip. And like when I got back, I stood in a different area, and like I looked up, and he was like looking at me like, really? Like, cause he felt like I had just like kind of ran away, which I didn't. But like I cut off the interaction before he could ask me for my number, because I knew he was going to. Like I felt it. But I was like, nah, I'm not. But like, yeah, the conversation was great though. And I told him I had Bernie Mac as my favorite comedian. He was like, oh shit, like mine too. And I was just like, okay, I know what that means. Where the bathroom?
And anytime somebody says in passing out, I think about Bryce eating Haitian food. Like, oh, let me get a taste of that. Because what do you mean you had it in passing? How do you have Haitian food in passing?
He was probably at an international festival and they had samples.
That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
1000%.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So thank you for providing that perspective. That was good.
Mature. Yeah.
Something for me to think about next time. He did end up giving me his business card. I felt like he was trying to like be like showboat, But granted, like you're saying, this is his small window of opportunity. So maybe he's trying to put all of it out there. Like he was like, yeah, I have friends who are friends with the Obamas, and today I'm gonna go to the opening, because this was the day before the museum was supposed to open, and so it was like a private ceremony for people who had like a connection. And he was like, if you're gonna be around later, you could definitely come with me. And I was like, actually I have a flight at 3:00.
The way I would have pushed that shit back, the Obamas, I don't care
who
you are.
I didn't even think about it, Kayla. I didn't think about it.
I'm still, y'all, if I die and I do not meet Barack Hussein Obama, I will like put it on my tombstone and be like, she didn't fulfill her one wish. I have got to meet that man.
Yeah.
That is Zaddy. Okay, I'm not even gonna do all that, but I have got to meet him.
That's Zaddy.
But I mean, it'd be stuff like that. But also, he probably knows, like, we talk about the nature of men, but also the nature of women. Women like to be invited to places and to feel important and special, and to come across a man who has connections. So, it's the same thing. And like, I think because he's probably from a generation who actually like courted.
Fair.
To us, it's like, damn, why are you doing all that? But it's like, no, this is actually how you did it. You know what I mean?
And I've got to work on that because of how my dad is with women. And like, he's all about like, what can I do? This is what I can do for you. This is the life I can expose you to. I get immediately turned off by anything like that. Yeah. But the conversation was really good conversation. Mm-hmm. His business card, he works at NASA. So like, he has to be smart.
So he knows Victor Glover. He knows the fucking astronaut that went into space. Hold on. I don't want him, but I want to meet Victor as well. So that's two people that I would like to meet. Just say. And Victor lives in Texas too.
And that's what he was saying. He was like, do you ever travel to DC? And I was like, I actually just went there a couple of weeks ago, but like, I don't travel there frequently. And he's like, well, that's where I live. If you're ever in the area, please reach out. And I was like, likewise, you're ever in Texas? He was like, yes, I do travel to Houston because we have a space station down there. So I'll let you know.
Know it.
Like, okay, cool.
And which airport was this at?
This was at the Ritz-Carlton in Chicago.
All right. Excuse me, bitch.
No, but this is okay. So this is what the girls be trying to make content about. Like when they're like, this is how to snag a millionaire. This is how to snag it. When they try to do it, it doesn't fucking work. But when you are there by proximity at the right place at the right time, that's typically how you tend to meet. And I hate saying higher caliber because, like, you know what I mean? But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, this is how you meet different men who aren't, like, afraid of being used and they don't have shit to use. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they be so worried that somebody gonna ask them for $40 and they don't have it. Like, okay. And the ones who do will give it to you. Ask me how I know. Okay? Shut up. All right, we're not gonna go there. I got triggered.
And listeners, I just want y'all to know, I was at the Ritz because my job paid for it, okay? I was not there because it came out of my pocket.
But don't get it twisted, okay?
Yeah, girl,
I could.
That never mattered.
You see what I'm saying?
She
was there,
right.
okay? Because
I was there.
Because is Kayla at the Ritz right now? No, not yet.
What Beyonce say? I was here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was that. Another thing, my wedding venue called me and was like, "Hey, we have you on the books for the 20th. Like, just want to make sure, like, we want to get in contact with your vendors and things like that and see if there's anything else that you need from us to prepare for the day." And I was like, "Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. You can remove that from the calendar."
Well, is there a couple in need who is just desperate for a wedding? Give it to them. Please tell them that Jalen said, "God bless you." Okay,
You're
enjoy.
welcome.
They charge
Okay.
for that? They took all your money?
I paid no. I paid a very minimal like hold fee.
Deposit.
Literally
Oh,
like
okay.
2 years ago. So like I
Okay.
even forgot that this was on the table
Right.
until they called and was like, "Okay, we're following up." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." Yeah.
So saddy. And this was in this was in Miami, right?
This is for in Bowling Green
For it. Oh shoot.
at the Charleston.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Bowling Green wasn't the first option, but I was like, it's a good option if
Okay.
nothing
Okay.
else is gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that. Okay, and the last update, I celebrated a birthday. I will say I need my gays. I need to be close to my gays. I need them within a closer proximity than what they currently are. Because when I tell you they treated me like a fucking pampered princess, it was amazing. And you know what? One of my guy friends, technically he's bisexual, but he's married to a man. He taught me so much about Black men who identify as queer, because that's not really like a demographic that I had ever interacted with. So like I'd only like seen it, movies, read about it in books, whatever. And the whole week that I was there, I was like, you know what? You have displayed more like chivalry, more gentlemanness. I don't think that's a word, but like you are showing up the way a man should show up. You just also happen to like men, but like you are a man, you know? And not to say that I question if men who identify as queer were men in the past, but you know, just like the stereotypes that you hear. But I'm like, no, all it takes is for a man to be raised right. That's it.
And it doesn't make you a simp.
No,
They're
no.
just. It's like, why do they put themselves in these prisons that like they create? So
Literally.
it's really weird. Like, well, straight men do. Let me
Yes.
clarify. Straight men do that, and it's just like it doesn't make sense. But like, it's just very interesting when people are like, or it's like on the spectrum of like sexuality. Is that a thing? I'm trying to say it properly.
Fluid.
But like, yes, like when they're more sexually fluid, it's just like, how do they understand the concept of like manners so much more than you niggas who swear that like
Y'all are
I
real
know how
men.
to treat. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They put themselves in them boxes. That's why they
Right.
can't do shit now.
Exactly.
Can't eat a hot dog in public. Can't
Eat ice
fucking
cream from a cone.
You
just
see what I'm saying?
anything.
Stupid shit. Like it ain't
But
158
what you
degrees outside.
absolutely should not be doing is wearing fucking rhinestones. I will stand on that. Just leave that to the girls.
Yeah.
And the girls, the dolls. Leave that to all of them.
I've never felt like more protected, you know, when I was out. They were always like head on a swivel. Are you good? Like they would put me in between both of them or in front of them. They were opening my doors for me. Like one day I tried to open a door. It was on my birthday and I pushed instead of pulled. And he was like, and that's why you shouldn't be opening doors. You've been away from me for how many years and now you're just Miss Independent all of a sudden? And I was like, you're right.
Mhm.
Open the door. Open the door.
That's how it feels when you get around niggas that like know how to act.
Literally.
Because like my brother would do something for his girlfriend, and I'll be like, damn, I need to raise my motherfucking bar, because if my brother's doing this for his girlfriend, then he's like 8 years younger than me. I was like, there's no reason.
No.
There's no reason. No.
However, 8 years younger puts him as what, Gen Z?
Yeah. He's like right when Gen Z starts.
The Gen Z fuckery that we've seen over the past couple of weeks on Love Island, your brother might be an anomaly.
Fair.
Let's get into it though.
I say before we move on real quick, I'm gonna pitch my idea again because I had said this on Instagram a little while ago. I was like, we need an app to almost like a dating app, but like to pair. Well, I need an app to pair straight Black women with like a gay male best friend. I need one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need one specifically for us. I don't care about what nobody else doing, but like but straight Black women specifically need a gay male best friend that's Black.
Yeah. Anywho. Okay. Where are we starting? Because, fuck.
Baby.
I have nothing to say.
Fucking crying. Y'all, when I say I was ready to run a fade with Casey, I was like, Sid, give him a ticket straight to Phoenix. We can line this shit up real quick. Like, real quick. When he was like, yeah, I'm glad Carl's here so she can get off my dick. I said, oh, is that what you feeling like?
Because
That's what you feeling like?
you've been complaining that she ain't been on your dick. So now we're complaining about her being on your dick. Come on now. Be so fucking for real. The dick that you're so fucking vanilla with in the bedroom, nigga.
You vanilla, but you dominant. Which one? Which one?
Punk ass.
Either you got something to say, you can't say it, or you don't know what to say and ain't got nothing to say. It can't be both. I need you to pick a struggle. Either nobody will let you talk, or you don't know what the fuck to say. Because how you pull me for a chat and don't want to talk first? You asked me to come talk.
Right. And I wish she would have been like, do you want to talk or not? Because I don't have shit to say.
That would have been a lie. And he knew that, so he was going to give her the floor because it's like, you're going to take over the conversation anyway. She is. Anaya is not a master communicator by any means. Like, she thinks because she gets emotional and she raises her voice and she wails her arms that like her point is like 10 times more valid, but it's not like it's just not. But also, yeah, that was just rough. The whole episode was rough to watch because, to me, again, sociology experiment, his behavior is like the result of like trying, knowing that they weren't a good fit, throwing out the feelers of trying to say that they weren't a good fit, her giving an emotionally charged response, and then him feeling like free, like woo, to the point where it led to like, all right, great, since you hate me so much, get off my dick. Like, I feel like it just kind of, both of their actions were like intertwined, and like the way that they responded was both wrong. Like her getting up in his face and him making those type of comments. Like, I feel like it's just a result of both of them not being honest.
Think Anaya knows that Casey was not into her, but she was trying to convince herself that he was. Casey has known for a very long time he wasn't fucking with Anaya.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being mature enough to be like, hey, and again, this all goes back to the fact that they are 22, 23, 24, right?
Yeah. They're not going to be that honest with each
They're
other.
not.
And go home from Fiji.
They're not.
So
but
sorry.
Don't go over there in Casa talking about the girls over there didn't understand my motherfucking powers. Powers of what, nigga? Because over here in the villa, you ain't have shit to say. You stuttering.
Thank
But
you.
now,
But that's not a negative thing. Like, I think he meant powers as far as like, I actually do have options, but like, because everybody coupled up so fast, it's like, yeah, it comes off like nobody else like Trinity came in and wanted to explore KC too. You know, Soul did as well. It's not like there weren't people who weren't interested in him. And then like they bought more black girls in Casa, and it's like, yeah, all these black girls are like, oh, Casey, and like TT came out. So I think he was just feeling himself, and he expressed that wrong.
It's not about what he did, it's how he did it. Like, all those things can be true, but he didn't have to dog shit pile on Anaya the whole time. I think both of them didn't like each other. I think both of them stayed in the couple because they wanted to stay in the villa. I think both of them have terrible communication skills because he could have been way more direct with her. And I think that showed in his movie that he was saying one thing to the guys. And then when he would get in a conversation with her, whether it's him shutting down and just letting her take over or not, you didn't step up and express yourself and then want to get mad because she has a reaction. I think between them standing on those green and red dots and those love letters, the shit should have been separated. It should have been separated between them. Somebody on TikTok said that he was acting like somebody who didn't nobody know and then crossed Greek sophomore year and just thought he had all the bitches. That's how that nigga acted.
How else was he supposed to act? Like, cause when I was going back and watching it, I saw him trying with the knife. Like, even though he knew like it wasn't there, I could see him trying. And then when he would mention exploring and stuff, Anaya would like walk away, do whatever you want. Like, just, I'm like, what is somebody supposed to do with that? Like, oh, repeat it.
I think that goes back to having poor communication. Cause I think when they came together to talk, it was always two conversations going on at once. It was never them talking about the same thing at the same time. So she's trying to get her point across. He's trying to get his point across, but they're not listening to each other because they're not talking about the same thing. She's like, well, you're not listening to me. You don't get what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, because you're not talking about what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about what you're talking about. So when he was at the movie thing and he was saying that they never came to a resolution, he was right. They didn't until they had that final conversation. And she was like, you go explore yourself. I don't really want to talk to you. I don't want to fuck with you. That's resolution.
And I think too, like how he was in Casa, what she was saying and what Trinity and them were saying, it's the level of disrespect for you to sit there and say, man, I ain't gonna lie, me and Anaya ain't done nothing. Grandma. Because she's not throwing her pussy at you?
That was before
No, they were referring, the grandma comment was him referring to her going to sleep. And again, if I'm in an island with all these attractive people and we're doing these challenges and everybody's tongue down the throat and everybody walking around half naked, bikinis and shorts and stuff like that, and then at night in the bed, everybody's at least kind of like touching a little bit, I'm only speaking for myself, I would be a little sexually frustrated.
I get that, but that's why I'm saying you're showing your true colors. You get around other people and talk about me crazy.
It's him venting to his friends, just fully being, because I'm like, when I'm seeing him say, like, when somebody's upset with their partner, this, like, you know what I'm saying, or you're not on the same page, who hasn't said something similar that he said, like, dang, we ain't did shit. Like, let's say you're living with somebody. That's what I roll. Like, even when I was listening to some of his other comments, I'm like, I can tell that he's very frustrated. I feel like the disrespect label was tacked on all of it, but there are other types of comments that he made that it wasn't just automatically disrespect. So that's why I've been confused, because I'm just like, it's been given this broad umbrella term when he's like talking to his friends. But also, I hate comparing, but I'm like, Sincere did 10 million times worse.
That's what I'm saying. I think people are just saying like, oh, Casey's getting all this. We feel the same way about all these niggas. We think they're all disrespectful. My thing is, Casey, I feel like Casey put on a show to say like, I'm such this good person type of thing. That's why everybody's upset, because you put on like you're this type of person.
That's what I'm saying. What else did he say? Like, because they were on movie night, like when they did the challenge, they saw what happened, like on like the first Casa night, and then immediately it was like, oh my God, he's so disrespectful. And like I rewatched it, and I'm like, this seems like a nigga who is like a kid in a candy store, which all of them did that, and then they do what niggas always do, which is like, damn, I miss Kata, damn, I miss Trinity.
I didn't hear them talking down on Kata. I didn't hear them talking down on
Trinity.
But when I hear them saying, oh, I'm cooked, like that to me is them saying like that other one doesn't have a chance. So like to me, I interpret it as the exact same level, because like your type of somebody walks in and you're like, I'm cooked. That means I'm finna disregard the connection that I just made with somebody, which is the same thing he did.
Well, I'm talking about
Kata
what
was the one
viewers saw, not what they saw on Casa Amor. I'm talking about what we all.
I even went back and saw some of that, and I'm just like, him trying to figure things out and talk things through with his friends, or like the guys in the villa. How is like him trying to figure it out and him trying with her and being frustrated and being shut down? Like even when he did pull Soul, she interrupted the conversation, but she was so serious about, oh, I never said you can't explore. I never said. So when he's exploring and trying to have another conversation, why are you pulling him away and interrupting it? If that's actually how you felt.
It's how he's saying those things.
Which means, what's the other thing though?
With the whole, did you not see his clip for movie night?
I did see the clip for movie night. I'm referring to like everybody saying it's been disrespectful leading up, right? Like the whole discourse started when everybody was like him in Casa, because that's when like the conversation started, versus how he was in the
being
villa,
disrespectful,
like the switch up. So but that's what I'm saying, like they were making it seem like the comments in the villa were disrespectful. It got more disrespectful once he connected with Tierra. Like
that's why I'm saying I think the disrespect started after Casa started. That's when he got in there. He started feeling himself.
When he was done with her, and after he had tried.
But that doesn't mean you have to talk bad about me. You can be done with me and still be respectful. That's like for example, if you're talking to a guy for the first time and he starts talking trash about his baby mama and starts talking down on her, you're gonna be like, ugh. You can say you don't fuck with her without talking down on her like that. Like there's ways you can say
like they didn't have nothing in common. You feel like that's him talking down?
I think that's him necessarily talking down for him to say that they don't have anything in common. But it's like, to Trinity's point, if y'all ain't have shit in common, you didn't just figure that out today. So, and then to Anaya's point about him being cowardly, again, you didn't figure out that we didn't have shit in common today, 3.5 weeks into the motherfucking process. Why not say that shit back then?
But why didn't Anaya say it too? Like, because could that not also be said for her?
I think Anaya was thinking that they were. I think Anaya was delusional.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like,
I also think she was confused because that nigga wasn't being direct.
Right, and that's why I think, yes, I think he was sending her mixed signals, because even though at movie night, he's like, we never came to a resolution. They always made it seem as though they were on a good page after they had their conversations. And then he would go off to the guys and be like, man, talking, as you're saying, talking through it, but it came off in a way that it's like, you're not looking for advice on how to make the situation better. It's like he's looking for an excuse to be able to go in Casa and act the way he acted. But again, that's the point of Casa. Explore, right. Yes, but don't be an asshole.
Yeah, like compared his clips to her clips, she was exploring, he was exploring. Nobody has a problem with them exploring. But in none of her clips was she talking shit about KC. The people talking shit about KC was Trinity and Melody. She didn't say nothing wrong, nothing bad about him.
But if she knew he wasn't a fit, because like I saw a clip where like it was about Soul specifically, and they were asking, and she was like, so. He was like, Jen's not my type, but I think Soul's very pretty. And so she was like, you want to get to know her? And he was like, yeah. You gonna pull her for a chat? He was like, yeah, I probably will. Like, he told her straight up that he was gonna do that. He wanted to do that. And she got sad and she started crying.
That's what he got his credit for. But after that, that's when he started downplaying. That's not her fault that you didn't speak up because she started crying.
I also feel like Casey was giving very much like woman scorned, because in that speech, for him to be like, remember day one and nobody was standing behind my door. My nigga, nobody stood behind Cordell's door on season 6, and look at him. You know what I'm saying? Him and Serena got paired up together, even though they didn't initially choose each other. And look at them. So I feel like he went into this experience coming from fucking Fresno, California, thinking that he was a prize, as a lot of these Gen Z boys do. And hell, they even said that. Like, I mean, Sincere said that. Like, I've been doing a lot of chasing and, nobody's chasing me.
He's saying the same shit.
Who?
Corbin. Corbin, I think he specifically said prize. And that's who's putting a battery in Casey's back, because he also can't think for himself.
Like, but Casey letting him.
Trinity's putting one in Anaya's, because after they watched movie night, she was like, I don't have nothing to say. And Trinity said, I have a question. And I love Trinity down. She is literally my favorite. But if the person who got disrespected the most said that she didn't want to talk about it, why are you bringing it up? And then when it was Sincere's turn, where was the smoke for that?
Yeah.
It was nothing. I think that's because they're not showing the clips in order. And I also feel like people were in a state of shock. I think they really thought that nigga was a good person.
The producers ate with Sincere's movie clips. The first one. Because I can't wait for tomorrow night.
That's legit how Sincere was. I'm like, at least, and I feel like with Casey, at the very least, he tried to protect Anaya's feelings because he saw that she was emotionally unstable. Sincere, like, was just telling two people the exact same things, but also making Melanie feel like, you feel like home and da-da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sincere,
you make everybody feel like home.
Right. And I'm like, and then even, what's her name? Amora was like, I can't believe I watched that and I still fell for it.
This is why I was so upset when everybody was on Ace's ass last year. Because had Ace been in the villa this year, everybody would have been like, yeah, Ace is right. Ace is right. You should explore, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because these niggas didn't explore this whole fucking summer. Like, what the fuck are we watching? Ain't nobody went home. Like, ain't no bombshells came in. Ain't no fucking dates. Like,
nothing. That's why I'm just like, am I watching it wrong? Because I'm like, I'm low key with the niggas. Go explore. Go, like, everybody's so booed up and so coupled up. And like, I think Melanie really does, like, she came in correct. Like, the way she was having fun and challenges and stuff and got villainized for that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing wrong? Even if she is having fun, even if she knew she was kissing Sincere and Corbin, I got a good ass kick out of it. But I'm like, she's young, she's hot, she's having fun. But now all of a sudden, it just seems like she's not even the same person that she was when she came in the villa for trying to do what the point of the show was. And like, she didn't do it in a way that Kenzie is doing it, like going behind your friend's back, pulling Gall for a chat with his pedo mustache. I pronounced it wrong on purpose, for censorship. But like you're doing all this shit and like, oh yeah, a kiss is like a handshake. What? Like, and that may be true for her because, two Americas.
But she not lustful.
Right. But I'm just saying, and like, Kenzie is not ready to settle down. Kenzie is still a young hoe. So it's like, she's been entertaining as fuck, doing the splits, clam, slam, haha. But like, she's not ready to settle down. And that's what I'm saying. They're all learning hard ass lessons, but for a world platform.
I think that Villa turned her poly, no lie. She said, I ain't never had a roster. And as soon as she got a second nigga, she be like, ooh, I like this shit. I ain't stopping this shit.
And kept two ever since. That's what everybody, there's like, what is it with her and this need for attention?
She poly. That's what it is.
But also, you know what? I saw somebody say, like, when Kenzie first came in, she wasn't the pick. Like, everybody wanted a brown girl, a brunette, whatever. And so they seem like, it seems like she's operating from this perspective of like, see, I am desirable. See, I am picked. I got blonde hair and blue eyes and da-da-da. See, now I got two at once. Like, because it's like she has something to prove, which I can see that, because I'm like, Kenzie, there was no need for you to pull gall or to make out with him the way that you did.
And to Jen's point, outside of Love Island, we're not friends.
Nope.
And then for Kenzie to be like, well, I don't think I'm a bad friend. Like, I can't believe that you would say that about me. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Da, da, da. Kenzie, what?
Especially
the way how you acted when Melanie was coupled up with Corbin.
The whole fucking village, you had
so
Beta
much
standing up for your ass. Like, everybody was babying Kenzie.
What? That day she found out that Corbin asked to kiss Melanie, she had that black dress on. I will not forget. She was like, I'm so fucking pissed. And da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da. You gonna go do that to your fellow Klansmen?
Look, Klamsmen. Because the clams.
Literally. Y'all the Klansmen. And then did it to her face. And thought she wasn't gonna say shit to you.
Literally. And even when Melanie wanted to talk to Corbin, she talked to Kenzie first.
He wanted to kiss her. And they were in a couple, so they really didn't need to ask you for shit.
Like, that's the thing. And it's probably like people feel like a certain sentiment. Because, like, and again, when it comes to their decisions with the guys, everybody needs some work. But like their friendship, like, I love seeing Trinity as a friend. I love seeing Kata as a friend. I love seeing Anaya as a friend. Like, their friendship is so endearing to where it seems like when they do fuck up, it's not really held accountable on the same level. Because again, Trinity, why did you do if Anaya said she didn't want to talk, like, and it was very emotionally charged, why are you bucking up? And then she's gonna match and top your energy because now she feels even more wrong. She feels even more embarrassed and more hurt. But I'm like, that probably wasn't the best way to go about it.
I'm gonna be
to
honest.
Get some kind of resolution.
My brain is fully developed, and if it was the three of us on Love Island, and I saw a nigga play with one of y'all like that, it's a fucking rap, okay?
Yeah, respectfully, we almost 11 years.
That's
in.
fair.
You know what I'm
They've
saying?
only known each other for
3
weeks.
days. And
you're right.
They get along very well.
What have y'all?
What I love, but I'm like, damn, like,
did y'all go to leadership in college?
Yeah, I feel like I went too late. Like, when I went, I was like, I learned all this shit already. I wish I would have went my freshman year. I really do.
I'm like, you know how close you get to people when you in camp for like a couple days? They've been there for 3 weeks. They got no phone, no TV.
That's
like,
true. But I'm only saying that because I'm like, I would hope that like people's friendships who have been tested, because I mean, even within our group, in our group chat, everybody ain't make it to this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? We started off at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and folks done got knocked off one by one. So I'm just saying, like, there's ain't nothing anybody can tell me about either one of y'all, right or wrong. I'm standing 10 toes. If when my feet get tired, I'm doing a handstand in that bitch. Like, right or wrong, I got you. But I'm just like, damn.
But that's the same argument they've been having for TT. It's like, they're like, well, if my man was getting yelled at and I'd say something too. And that's the same argument they was giving for Trinity.
Okay, I had a thought about Casey and Anaya, and then I'm really done talking about them. The problem with Casey, he would clock Anaya for exactly who she is. Like, the comment that he made about, I can't fix people, like, I can't, like, deal with some
Past
shit
trauma.
when you're dealing with some trauma that ain't got shit to do with me. 1000% fair. You need to find a way to have said that to her before you said it to a room full of people on national television.
That makes sense. And that's actually a really good example.
And then to your point about Anaya, I don't know if I'm not trying to say that she's dumb by any means. I don't know if I think she's emotionally manipulative, but I think, like KC saying, that trauma, the way that he's treating her, this reaction has more to do with than just Casey. She has dealt with this before, and so she's now being triggered in real time, and it's bringing up the past trauma, and I think that's why her emotional reactions are as strong as they are, you know?
Yeah.
And I think them MLK speeches exasperated a lot of that, because it's like, you started it off on 1,000, my nigga, when y'all were just supposed to be like really getting to know each other. And that's why I enjoy watching the UK, because they will really get in there and then 5 guys and 5 girls will switch partners 3, 4, 5, 6 times to be like, you know what? I did talk to you week 1. It's week 3 and I'm still kind of feeling you. You know what? You are talking to my best friend, but we gonna make this work because this is my connection. Like they go in it with that mindset. Yeah.
To expand on that point, you started off up here being MLK junior, and it's just like how at jobs they give you you're on a 90-day, what's it called? Probation.
Mhm.
And it's because scientifically, after 90 days, people cannot keep up a facade. So by that time, you are going to have seen the mask start to slip. And so that's what it's giving from KC. You came in here thinking that you wanted to be portrayed a certain way on national television. And when you got sexually frustrated, when you felt like people didn't understand your powers, when nobody was giving you the attention that you probably get back home, then to your point, Miranda, it's like, is this the real you? The nigga that talks shit about bitches behind their back because you're not getting the attention that you want? That's what it's giving. I'm not saying that is you, but that's what it's giving. But to your point, Kayla, too, Sincere also been hella disrespectful. And I feel like it's two sides of the same coin, whereas we've seen KC be disrespectful in a way where it comes off more like blatant or explicit, whereas Sincere's, it's like he also doesn't know how to be honest and say the thing. And I think that's why he gets caught up saying the same thing to everybody because he doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
And see, to me, that I know disrespect is probably subjective. To me, Sincere is way more disrespectful because KC's comes off as disrespect because he doesn't know how to be honest, because he doesn't know how to articulate. Sincere is purposely telling two different people you don't have anything to worry about. That is a slap in the face for both girls. And it's like, I think with Casey trying to protect Anaya to prevent, like, because he doesn't have the capacity to handle her emotions or like an emotional blow up, which we've seen several times, him trying to prevent that, which is wrong because, again, he should have been honest, regardless of the consequences initially. With Sincere, it's like, why are you, like, you and Melanie have been, like, they were the drama couple at first. So I'm like, and he explored and he was like, I try to give her a fair chance. But I'm like, giving somebody a fair chance doesn't mean you give them the exact same energy. You kissing, you affirming her, you're like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm happy and she mama happy.
You feel like
you're doing all this
all the things.
And that to me is so much more blatant than somebody who is like low-key, I don't want to call him a name, but like low-key, like very childish in his approach to how he's trying to protect a black woman.
What upsets me about this more so than seeing the black on black crime is that KC, because we do know how hard it is to be a black man in this world, and the edit that he's getting, I don't know if like they're intentionally giving him a villain edit or if it just is all coming together to look that way. But I think he is really setting himself up for a world of shit when he gets out of the villa. And I hate that for him.
It really is.
And I wish that's something that he could have thought through a little bit more. But again, age, brains.
When your frontal lobe ain't developed, the concept of consequences is not fully there.
If he didn't double and triple down on it after they came back from Casa, he would have been redeemable. Corbin, on the other hand, realized when he came in and they booed his ass and they saw the heart rate challenge, he was like, oh, this ain't gonna go the way I thought. Let me go ahead and start apologizing and get back on my apology train. Then Meg the Stallion came in and told them, like, y'all, what we seen in Casa seems kind of fucking crazy. You would think that would be like, okay, I'm on a show where people vote, the audience votes, the people in the villa vote, so maybe I should be maybe act like I care even if I don't. But no, he was just like, yeah, right, guys, fuck these bitches. And they're looking at him like, no.
He genuinely does not have the intellect to process all of that. Like, I really think that, like, Casey, he's thinking, like, he's not considering the nuances of reality TV, of editing, of, like, producers being able to paint a certain picture, whether you said it or not. Like, you know what I mean? Because he did say all the stuff. So it's like, I don't think he's understanding that. Corbin is somebody who cares very much about his image. Corbin is a chameleon. He is going to fit. Sincere is too. They are going to fit whatever situation and scenario. Casey probably feels like, oh, I'm going to just be myself regardless. Like, I try to protect her. It didn't work out. I'm putting myself first. It is what it is. I'm doing me. I'm sorry that you cried. My bad. Like, he's not he can't really decipher the layers that have been going on, you know, especially when you're shielded. Because if he would have saw social media, Casey probably would have kept up the MLK speeches. Mm-hmm. However, I think it is better for people's true colors to be shown, because, like, how else will you grow? And if he chooses to not learn from it, that's on him.
And that's why him getting in there with Corbin and shit, I'm like, Corbin is
you know
2 years younger than you, and let him hype you up.
Corbin is so smart because he knows not to say shit, but you know who will? Casey. He's getting used.
I was gonna say, I'm not trying to say that Corbin is trying to jeopardize Casey, but let me make a bigger villain than me.
Exactly.
Is what it's giving.
So that he can come out, well, at least I wasn't that bad, and I apologize. And then, especially with Casey being a darker skinned man.
Yep.
And, like, because even Anaya to Corbin was like, that man is fine. Like, he's every girl's dream. He's 6 foot, light skinned. That's not my dream.
But we know she don't like dark skinned niggas.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You see what I'm
saying?
saying?
We know that.
Right. So I'm just like, but for Casey, it's just like, you're gonna get it all, because to most of the world, you don't have redeeming qualities, and especially you can't articulate yourself, and you fucked up, and you stood, like, they're gonna pick apart everything. So it's just like, but Corbin also knows that, because Corbin ain't a fucking dummy.
Yep.
They know it, like, racially ambiguous people, mixed people, white, they know how to play that game, that mental game that a lot of us fall for, because, you know, I don't know, they just know what the stakes are, and, like, they know how to set it up to where it's like, oh, you can be used as a pawn. And so, like, I really feel like, because there were certain things that, like, Casey said that to me it wasn't disrespect at all. It was just like, I'm just trying to figure it out. And then Corbin would say more shit, and then he would, like, oh yeah, you're right, I haven't been using this full experience. Oh yeah, you're right, so it's Casa time, let's get it. So I'm just like, no, you're being used, and now you are the one that's gonna have to deal with the repercussions for all these men in the villa tenfold, because you black.
And it's very much giving the house slave versus the field nigga.
And I'm like, I can see through Casey, because I'm like, you're not even smart enough to figure this shit out on your own. However, you letting your mouth just talk when the intention probably is not even that bad. But because of how it's being portrayed, you getting it, or you're gonna get it. Like I said, like, I don't know him. Only he knows his intentions. But, like, yeah, Corbin is playing the fucking game, and he been real quiet. He's like, yeah, let's get it. Eating his little popcorn.
Even though he's at the top of our list to go home.
Right.
You
Even
and
when
your
Mookie
girl.
Night started, Casey started crying. What you crying for? You realize you got used. Like, you realize that you basically probably said what every single one of them wanted to say. You heard Zach say, I'm cooked, and you took that as like, oh shit, we all in this together. Nah. But also, Corbin is, like, such a slick talker, to where he will turn any active or any conversation of accountability. He'll only receive it from men who look like him, older than him, OGs, whatever. Like, oh yeah, you know, I fucked up, but they're also going to coddle him. But if he's out in a club and a girl who's attracted to him be like, can't believe you did that, he gonna be like, oh damn, I'm sorry. He's gonna smooth talk her, and she's gonna be in the presence of this guy and fall for the bullshit. So he's never actually going to have to face accountability. Whereas KC is just like, somebody today was like, oh, I hope he's ready for my death threats. Are y'all for real?
That's crazy.
But to me, that's
when
these
younger kids started watching the show. I'm like, we didn't have all these problems when people with frontal lobes was only watching.
I'm so disappointed in Sincere. Like, I really liked him and Melanie together.
He had so many chances.
Yes, it took them a while to get there, but I was like, they've gotten there. They got it. Shit. I'm so disappointed.
But she needs to see that shit. Because I keep telling my sister, I'm like, all that shit they doing in the villa, imagine them doing it in the real world where it's 10 billion bitches. It's only 6 bitches in here with us right now, and you doing the shit in my face.
Yeah.
Let us go out in the real world, and you live in a different state, and I live in a different state. And yeah.
So I'm like, I hope everybody learns, which they will eventually. Like, they're not going to be 60 years old doing so. They might be. Let me not.
Corbin.
Walk that back. Right. I feel like Jalen was going to pull on some real examples. So I was like, never mind. Let me shut up. But also, like, there's a book that's on my reading list. It's called So You've Been Publicly Shamed, because it's specifically about people who have been, like, gone viral on the internet. Very dark.
It's gotten parasocial, because, like, why are you, even, like, before last year even started, they found Ace's whole family tree. Like, why are you looking up these people's ancestors? And, like, that's weird. Like, I get, you know, okay, I saw this person said the N-word, but y'all are doing y'all do not know these people. Nobody knows these people. And on Threads, because I stopped getting on Twitter, like, it's okay for people to have different opinions. Like, there's no reason for you to be calling strangers out of their name because they don't agree with you about some people on fucking TV.
It's a real person who's gonna read this and process this and digest this and internalize it. Like, I'm just like, y'all taking pictures of Anaya's wig for what? So you have my hair looks crazy right now. Like, so
I'm
like,
like,
it's so dehumanizing. Like, what they're doing, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's like those people that scaled the Empire State Building today. Did you all see that?
I did, and I loved every second of it.
I was like, that is what the world needs more of.
They have a documentary on Netflix. It is called.
Oh, really?
I added it to my list. Yeah, it's from 2024. That can be the Lover Girl movie for the week.
Come on, Lover Girl movie.
It's called Skywalker's A Love Story. Is that they're professionals? They do this.
Well, I would hope so.
oh, wow.
The Empire State.
Crazy.
Jalen, I know you're afraid of heights like more than me.
Couldn't even imagine.
So, but I'm just like the sheer thought.
I was scared looking at them through my Instagram. I was like, are you guys gonna be okay? Are there nets? Are you all attached to some bungees? Like, is someone coming through a helicopter to pick you up? What are we doing? What's the plan?
How did they get up from the observation deck? Because it is a significant distance, like it was this, and I'm like, somebody was like, yeah, I'd be up there shaking or whatever. And I was like, well, I wouldn't even make it up there to shake.
No.
Because who's...
Looking at the top of the building from the ground.
I'm dead.
King Kong, come get him, please.
And we said all that to say, when they got up there to the top of the building today, they had a banner with them that read, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace, which I know is a little bit different because it's not necessarily that online trolls are looking for power, but it's like, we just need more love. We need more grace. We need more, like, logging the fuck off and touching grass.
Even the Bible says, because we ain't done a Bible lesson, a prophet is not welcome in his hometown. So translation, that means if you leave a certain way and people already have that idea of you and you change and you come back, they still don't fully believe that you've evolved or you've changed. So it's like there's such a lack of grace with like that we give other people. And don't get me wrong, like accountability is needed. Like we can still talk shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that, but it's just like I tend to bow out when I'm just like, damn, this might go a little further, but also like people talking about Anaya's hair. Like there are people that I love that look like Anaya. You know what I'm saying? I'm also a Black woman. Like even with KC, as much as he like gets on my nerves and I think he doesn't have it all, that could be my brother or my nephew or you know what I'm saying? Like, well, Keon look more like Corbin, God forbid, but he does. So I'm just and they don't necessarily have like the privilege of somebody who looks like Kata, who can move in the world less touched than you know what I mean, just than one of them. So it's just like fuck.
They also have been going in on Kata's hair as well, and I have contributed to that. So I'm just gonna say,
I mean, because it needs work. But also that's something that could be fixed like instantly. Like she'll get home and she'll get a stylist. You know what I'm saying? But like, how long it's gonna be a long road for them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, totally.
But this is why I said their Beyond the Villa season's gonna be lit.
Ooh, yeah.
I think
it's sad for that.
It's gonna be better than Hannah and them. That was just bullshit the whole time.
That was a waste. I don't know why they did that. They wasted a lot of money on the production of that. Yeah.
But also, if y'all like poppy soda, don't get the Love Island Punch Pop. That shit is nasty. It tastes like because I got it, and I was at Publix yesterday. I was like, oh, this will be cute. I can watch a movie night with my little Love Island Poppy Soda. They're sponsored, whatever. Child, that shit, it just tastes like, I mean, I already don't like Hawaiian Punch because I've outgrown that because I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped liking Hawaiian Punch when I was like 11. I was like, this tastes like sugar. It tastes like that, but like carbonated, but with like more chemicals. And I like Poppy. Like I like the whole probiotic beverage wave. Like it just blew up. So I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of into it. I like it. Yeah.
They got pushed in water.
I recommend. Yes. Yeah, when they, which they've been giving.
They was like, they didn't push B in the water.
Which I saw this video. Somebody sent me this video of this man who also had a prosthetic and he was jumping in the ocean and his leg came off. And the people recording the video were like, no, because
That
his
bitch
leg
floated
doesn't
away.
float. No, it doesn't float. So it started to sink. So somebody jumped in and tried to get after it. The video didn't last that long, so I don't know if they retrieved it, but
They probably did.
I
But
hope
also,
so.
is there no technology for it to be
To stay
waterproof?
on?
Yeah, or some kind of like waterproof band or something that you can attach specifically for like pools and like, come on, stop being irresponsible. But also, isn't it so funny? Like, y'all, isn't it so funny that like the way this season started, like Sean was a big deal, babe. Like, ain't nobody thought about nothing. Even when Soul left,
people been saying that they should have kept Gabe because they've been posting clips of him because he's been reacting to stuff and he's just been saying funny stuff.
The one
The
who was there with
Brazilian.
Beatrice and then ended up with Jen. The one who
The
was with
Brazilian.
Beatrice.
Oh fuck! I forgot about Gabe.
Yeah. They were like, they must have edited out a bunch of his scenes because his like personality is showing now that he's like reacting to episodes and stuff. And they were like, we did not see this when you were in the villa,
right? Because even in After Sun, like they asked Sean, they was like, whose personality like surprised you or whatever, and he said Gabe, or like he was more cool. But I also didn't understand why Gabe got voted out because he too was exploring. Like,
but my thing was when he got sent home, the guys should have sent Kenzie home because they said the same exact thing. They had the same reasoning. I was like, now if y'all would have stood up and both explained everything, the guys would have been like, oh, I get it because that's why we sent Kenzie home. But then they try to act like they were so confused why they sent Gabe home. Y'all was saying the same shit about Kenzie, and Kenzie is like that.
But ain't
she's still like that. Like
they weren't gonna let Kenzie leave. They were not, because as much as we dislike Kenzie, right? She is entertaining.
There's production value there.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, everybody that's there, you said, well,
they're gonna milk that cow for all it's worth.
Yeah, I'm like,
and Melanie is like the least, because I'm tired of that shit. But they gonna keep it going, and I'm like, bro, I'm tired. They're draining me. They done already drained Melanie for all she's worth. Now they're working on my ass.
Melanie, I don't know if like Melanie did this past episode or maybe it was the episode before. She does look she looks tired.
She does.
She looks wore the fuck out. Like she does not look vibrant and happy and like energetic, nothing.
She can't be the.
But she letting that nigga stress her out. She letting him do it. So it's like, all right, girl.
Yeah. God bless. Well, guys, we have talked about a lot tonight. We're gonna wrap this shit up. Do y'all have any other final thoughts though before we wrap it up?
My final thought. We'll see what happens on Thursday. My soul is weary with this show.
Yeah.
It started off fun though. So that was nice. But now I'm just like, oh my God. Because I'm like, anybody under 25 is like a kid to me. So I'm like, oh my God, the babies. I hope they're okay. But yeah, don't get the poppy pop.
My hope is Bryce and Zach couple up, and then Kayla and Trinity couple up, and then we can make Kayla and Trinity the winners. That's my hope.
I would like
there was that year with KK and them when what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. She came back. Her dude went to Casa, had sex with one of the Casa girls. They got a video instead of postcards, and it showed somebody having sex. And they couldn't figure out who it was, but she was like, I know that's probably my dude. Came back, found out he had sex with the Casa girl. Then she coupled up with the Casa girl because she's bi.
Listen, I'm here
they
for
need
it.
to pull one of them.
I'm
Cassie
for that.
And
that was on a UK season?
No, USA. Oh, okay. Cassie has been back on Love Island like 4, 5, 6 times. Yeah,
because
but on her original season. Yes,
is that the
she was
a
bombshell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but after all that happened, then she coupled up with the Casa girl.
She was just.
I was like, wait,
they won though?
No.
Oh,
they didn't. But I was like, they could do that, and then Trinity and Kata can get my vote.
I was gonna say Cassie doesn't give winner vibes, so that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely no. But yeah. Because Zach and Bryce obviously want to be together. That's just, and I know the editors.
Zach does want to be with Bryce.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's reciprocated, but
he was like, "That's the man I fell in love with." But I'm sorry, that shit is so funny to me because I know it's like the romance banter that I cried. He was like, "That's the man I fell in love with," but he was like talking about something he did for Trinity. I was just like, "What the fuck is wrong?" I'm sorry, that shit's funny.
Crazy.
I'm dead. But yeah, other than that, I did want to tell y'all how I went to the dentist the other day. And we were talking about my name. And then she was like, oh, are you like related to George Washington? And I wanted to look at her and say, him and his people probably rape my people. So yeah, that's probably how I got the name. But I just looked at her like, now you know.
Was she white?
Had to
Yes.
have been.
Washington.
She was 2 years older than me, and she was so shocked because she didn't know I was 32. She thought I was 25, and I wanted to look at her and be like, yeah, I can't believe you're 2 years older than me either, because you look a good 47.
But like,
okay, you heard that earlier.
Has she never met anybody with that last name?
Ouch. Then she didn't even,
name.
she was like, she couldn't even think of George Washington's name. She was like, was he the first president? Like, she didn't even act like she didn't even know who George Washington was, what she was trying to say. And I just wanted to look at her and be like, bitch, if we were related, you know how the fuck it came to be about. So
Okay.
let's just cut the cameras right now.
Earlier, I said people need to log off and go touch grass. I'm going to modify that slightly. We need you to log off, touch grass, and walk to a library.
But yes, get a book, read a book.
But also,
yeah.
Does she like
read a book?
We've had 2 presidents with the last name Johnson. Does she ask like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does she ask everybody with the last name Johnson, are you related to Lyndon?
Because you know how many niggas out here have the last name Johnson? Like,
I would have rather her ask me if Denzel Washington was my cousin. I'm related to George Washington. Like, bitch, Kerry Washington, anybody but George.
Girl, it's you naming all these black people I didn't even think of. What the hell?
She probably don't know them. That's probably why. The only Washington she could think of is fucking George Washington.
Ain't no way you went to Georgia.
I should have said, yeah, actually, my family's why they named the state Washington. You should go look it up.
Bruh.
You should have.
You know the capital? Washington, D.C.? D.C.'s my dad. Like, what? Like
my middle initial is D. That's where the D came from. They love us out there.
You Crip, too, so, you know. Just...
I'm dying.
There you go. There you have it. Yeah. Your 32-year-old self was, you know, such a, just history. I didn't even get it out. My head hurts. All right.
Okay. Our Lover Girl lesson of the week is the prize is not being picked. It's being respected. And that is a quote from Melanie.
It sure is. She ate that.
I sure did. I hope she take her own advice, child.
Baby.
We gonna see.
And until then, we're going to put y'all back on D&D.
Bye, y'all.